All right, next up. Okay. What are the biggest challenges and issues facing Michigan, and how do you propose to solve these problems?
Well, certainly jobs is the number one key issue that I've been focusing on. I would say the second biggest, close right behind it, is education and the inequity that we have right now in our schools. They're not funded at nearly the same rate. There's some kids in the state that through the course of their 13 years receive $60,000 more than other kids, and the other kids are usually in the Upper Peninsula. That needs to be solved. There's been $1 billion in the last 2 years taken out of K through 12 education. That's shameful, and that needs to stop. But you can't fund it unless we put people to work. So I'll address the jobs issue in the last question rather than burn up more time here. So.
Okay. How would your approach to the state's challenges differ from that of your opposition?
Well, certainly, and Jack and I have been to a lot of these, and I've listened to him speak many times, and I know a lot of his plans seem to primarily focus on land and mineral use, which I don't disagree with. That has always played a role in economic development in the Upper Peninsula, and it will continue to. But we need to go farther than that. We need technology-based industries, we need light manufacturing, we need data centers, which are popping up all over the country. We need those high-tech jobs. And that's what I've been working on for the last year and a half, and I think that's primarily where we differ.
Okay. What would your plan be to stimulate job growth and address economic challenges in the 109th District?
Okay, well, and this is something dear to my heart. I've been working on this for about a year and a half. When the governor changed how economic development is funded in the state of Michigan, it really hurt the Upper Peninsula. He put the key econ development programs in the 5 largest cities downstate, and that doesn't work for us up here. And so we challenged his office, and they told us come up with a plan, and we did. And I've been to Lansing several times meeting on this specific issue. We identified what we call a micropolitan form of regional economic development. We drew a big circle through the center of the UP, which includes Manistique, Newberry, Munising, Escanaba, Marquette. And we're focusing on that as though it were a micro or a metropolitan. And we identified what we're lacking in order to get jobs here. And number one is infrastructure. Energy, which could be a whole other discussion. We have a 1% surplus of available electricity in the central UP. Not enough. We're working on a plan right now to change that. We've got a great partnership with Wolverine Electric in Marquette, buying into the We Energies plant that is on our shore. When and if that transpires, and it's getting very close, that will necessitate a grid connection down to the Lower Peninsula, which we have never had. Once that's in place, we can buy electricity from downstate power plants. That is key. There is not going to be a big facility or another mine coming up here to locate without reliable energy. So we're working on accomplishing that. High-tech infrastructure. We had a president visit nearly 2 years ago to talk about wireless broadband and how our university in Marquette is doing it and doing it well. We need to spread that throughout the Upper Peninsula. High-tech companies won't come here without it. So that's a key. But really what we focused on, and we've been successful in the Marquette area, focusing on quality of life. And I tell people all the time, Manistique is like a smaller version of Marquette. We have a lot of the natural attributes that make people want to live here. And that is a key. You want to have a community where people want to live and raise their children. They'll come back here. I'm sure you all know people, whether they're sons or daughters or relatives or neighbors, that would love to move back to Manistique, but they don't have work. You need to make that community available for them to come back. And high tech is the way to go. Our largest area of job growth in our community is people moving back that can work out of their homes. It's true, engineers, architects, people in advertising. They're moving back because they can work in that environment and have the quality of life. Those are the things that I'm working on. They make a difference. Real briefly, we're working on an international port strategy that will put an actual true international port in the central UP. That is huge. 80% of the goods that are shipped internationally in Michigan come from small to medium-sized businesses. That's what we're full of up here. But we have a hard time getting our goods out to the market. We are very, very close. We found a way It's been done before, of extending the boundaries of our international seaport out to include Sawyer Airport. If that happens and we get approval from DHS, and again, we're that close, that will put customs agents there. We'll be able to ship in and out. We'll allow people to fly in and out. So, but that's where we're headed, and I would love the opportunity to continue working on that. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you.